I got to ask you real fast about this court case, Oklahoma Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court recently ruled that half of the land in Oklahoma is Native American land. And as a result, there was a guy by the name of Jesse McGritt. Am I saying that name right? He was found guilty of raping some young girl or something, but he was tried on the native land. Am I right about that?
Well, see, this is to me, this is not about land. This is actually about jurisdiction.
Right.
This court case.
And so this guy was tried on the
by the state of Oklahoma.
Right, and then, if I'm saying this right, the native law is not the same as the Oklahoma law.
Correct, because we are sovereign nations.
Right.
We have our own set of laws and practices.
And so this guy got away with raping a young girl because of the law thing, right?
No, he actually was convicted of three sexual assaults.
But it doesn't stand because he was tried.
Well, now he's going to be tried by the federal government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is he running around free now?
I would be very surprised if he was running around free. I do not know that for a fact, though.
Are you okay with the way that happened, that now he has to be retried, or do you wish that they had just put him in prison if he were found guilty?
Well, I don't believe in incarceration, so I do not think that prison would be the answer. So to me, like the fact that if they would have said, hey, like he gets to be in the jurisdiction of Creek Nation, which would overturn the Major Crimes Act of 1885, I'd be like, something amazing has happened here. But the fact you actually know it's about a guy who was convicted of sexual assaults, most people don't like think about that when they think about this case.
Oh, so. I see. I happen to know something about it. Allegedly, he was tried for that reason. So you're okay with him being out of prison if he's guilty of what he was accused of?
I mean, we have to find a different way to deal with these things, right?
Rather than putting women who rape men or men who rape women in prison, you'd rather find a different way to deal with it?
I think we need to deal with this in a different way.
Like how?
Well, incarcerating people does not make them better.
Yes, it does.
Well, you and I disagree about that, so.
And so what should you do when a person is found guilty of this type of crime? What should you do to make them better?
That I have no idea.
Would you trust, if a woman raped you and she was found guilty of rape, you don't want her to go to prison?
That would not happen.
But you wouldn't want her to go to prison?
That's correct.
And you wouldn't want her to run around and do it again?
Well, I mean, that's the thing we have to deal with, is the fact that now we have all these people, like we have so many rapists in our, amongst us. Like our culture creates that.
Why do you think so many women are raping men nowadays? Because you're right, it's overwhelming.
I have not seen or heard of this. So I mean, I'm sure it happens sometimes.
I thought you just agreed that there are a lot of women raping now.
No, I did not agree with that.
You said there's no way you would be raped?
Right.
How would you prevent it?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know, like, I would not want to be calling the cops and stuff like that.
So if someone raped you, you would not call the cops?
It depends, yeah.
Really?
Because in the justice system, very few women, like, they do not get justice, like, when they go, because it's really hard to prove the crime of rape and a heteropatriarchal, like, legal system.
But that's not true, though. Men are going to jail every day on false accusations of rape.
No, yeah. See, we disagree very strongly about that. I mean, it's possible, but I find that to be very unlikely.
So this ruling may be overturned or whatever's going to happen with it, right?
It's now under federal jurisdiction.
And so that means a whole bunch of men and women are going to be getting out of prison who were raped. Are you okay with that?
I don't know what's going to happen with this, actually. I don't know if they're going to be, like, transferred to federal prison instead of state prison, because now the federal government has to take care of this.
What happened to you that you now believe that criminals who are found guilty, men and women who are found guilty of committing violent crimes and things like that, should not be punished by the law? Have you always felt that way?
I don't think I definitely didn't always feel that way,
So
because
what
I used to
happened
believe
to
in
you that
prisons.
made you believe that now?
Because I don't think prisons, like, make better people. I don't think it keeps us safe. I think it actually makes us because there's definitely populations that are vulnerable to going to prison, right?
Did you believe, and did you think this way prior to going to school or after you went to school, college?
After several years of college.
Brainwashing.
So, Well, I disagree with that. I very strongly disagree.
That's me. I won't let my kids go to public school.
So, well, I did. I mean, yeah, no. I guess I went to public schools. Yeah.
As a parent.
So.
That's brainwashing.
I disagree. I think it's getting more information.
At first, you knew what was right. You went to
I
school
disagree.
with brainwashed. Now you think right is wrong and wrong is right.
I disagree with that.
You do?
Yes.
I got to ask, the Washington Redskins football team.
I knew you were going to ask this question.
Yeah, because a decision was made today, I believe. I wasn't originally going to ask this, but it was made today. The Washington Redskins football team were pressured into changing their name from Redskin to the Washington football team. Do you support that idea?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, Redskins is in our nation's capital. To have a very overtly racist name for, like, I mean, how that's.
But there are a whole bunch of Indians who love that name. They have no problem with it at all.
I don't know one of those people, but I'm sure they exist.
Yeah, they do.
But I don't know one of those people.
So you got it all messed up. Everything that's right.
Well, that's where we disagree.
Everything that's right, you think is wrong, and everything that's wrong, you think is right. Do your mother know you think this way?
She knows some of it, yeah. Not
Does
all
she
of
know?
It. I don't think she knows all of it.
Does she know you're a lesbian?
Yeah.
Your mother know you're a lesbian?
Yes, she does.
Does your father know it?
I don't think he does.
What do you think he would say if he found out?
I have no idea.
Why don't you go ask?
So, yeah.